Hello everyone, here Ana Satya, also known as Crystal Health Goddess. Today on this video we are going to talk about why crystals break or disappear. So that's the video today. Now, in all honesty, I was going to do a different video, but I was looking for one of the crystals that actually has been with me for like years. And I cannot find it. I mean, it is gone, like it's completely gone. And it's not like I misplaced it or I don't know where I put it. It's like it is gone. So I thought, well, since I cannot use this crystal to make the video that I was trying to do actually, let me take this opportunity to create a video and talk about why crystals break and why crystals disappear, because they do. Sometimes they do. And probably some of you have experienced this. So put it on your comments. If you have any experience about what we're going to talk about in this video, put it in the comments. So, okay. When I started to experience or notice that some of my crystals will break or disappear, at first I didn't understand, like at all. I didn't understand because I know I didn't treat them with careless. I wasn't careless, you know, in taking care of them or misplace them or drop them or something. I mean, they will just break. I mean, I don't want to call it explode, you know, that might sound a little like, okay, a little too much, but crack, just like all of the sudden. And I will be like, what on earth? I couldn't understand. And then of course other times I will get very emotional because they were some of my favorite crystals and all of a sudden or they break or they just disappear. And I didn't want them to go. I didn't want them to break. I love them. I want them to be with me, to stay with me. It took me some time to understand why that happens. And then I started to get comments, so people contacted me because, you know, the crystals, even some of the crystals that they have bought from me, they break. So then I started to understand so much more, you know, about crystals and what is happening, and that's what I want to talk to you in this video. When I was physically sick, you might have read the story on my website. I was physically very, very sick. Emotional, mentally, I was in a very bad place too, of course. It was all like combined. But physically, I was really, really sick. To the point, at some point, I thought, you know, I might not even make it. So it was really bad. And I started to work a lot with some particular crystals that are excellent for healing. Healing the cells when your body's cells are sick or deteriorating. I believe a lot of the physical diseases, if not all, that manifest within the human body, they start first at the spiritual level, emotional level, and then they manifest physically. A lot of times, you know, the things that we experience in our body is a wake-up call from our body. It's a way of telling us, hey, put attention. Basically, that's the way our body speaks to us. We feel pain. There is a lot of things going on. That's the body telling you, hello, you know, something is out of balance. Something is out of orders, you know. Disease, which is this is, not is. You're supposed to be at ease. So disease is exactly the opposite of not being at ease, in balance. Your body is totally out of balance, out of whack. So it's easy for physical diseases to manifest. Of course, there are other influences, the hereditary, it could be many other things. Food choices, number one, absolutely. Emotional is, my God, manifest. If you don't express, release your emotions, if you hold on to anger, hate, whatever negative emotions, it's going to manifest physically in your body. I mean, that's just what's happened. Why I'm telling you this? I'm telling you this because I believe when we are holding so many negative emotions, negative thinking, emotions, that energy becomes stagnant within the human body, and thus it turns into physical disease, whether it be cancer, whether it be many other diseases out there. I'm not saying, once again, that's the only reason, but those are a huge reason and a big part of understanding disease. So when the body is holding a lot of negative energy, right, it's important to release it, to outspoken, to let it go, right? There's many ways to do so. You can talk to a spiritual counselor, have therapy, you can do ayahuasca, you can use crystals, you can, of course, it's a combination of things. Change your diet. I mean, you have to work as a whole. Holistic is the whole. You cannot expect to use just crystals and boom, you heal. And then you eating every single day in the McDonald's. It's not gonna happen. So you have to eat healthy, you have to work crystal, you have to do a lot of things to attain overall well-being or to restore your body to balance, which is what I did. So when I started to work with crystals, one of the number one crystals that I will use to remove that stagnant energy within my body was fluoride. Fluoride is an amazing crystal for healing, and on my experience especially. It's an amazing crystal for healing, but fluoride is one of those crystals that absorb a lot of, or withheld a lot of negative energy. So it needs to be cleansed very often. It does, because if you don't, all that accumulated energy within the crystal, it can break the crystal. It really can. And that happens to me before. So fluoride, because it's a crystal that absorbs or retains a lot of negative energy, and it needs to be cleansed very often, because if you don't, all that energy that is contained within the crystal, it can break it if you don't clean it often to remove that energy. So here, for example, I have a couple of fluoride crystal points, look, and it broke right at the center, like if you have cut with a knife perfectly, it broke. I have another one here, the same thing happens to this one. I started to use this one, it broke. So then I started to use this one, and the same thing happened, look, like a perfect crystal, and it was cut like right half in between. These are the crystals that I used to, every night when I used to go to sleep, I will put them in, I will sleep with kind of like it's kind of like a sport bra, but it's not like, sport bra, but something so I could put my crystals inside. And I will always have Suji light right on my breast where I have the lump. And then fluoride, I will have it right here. And because it was so much going on, I forgot to clean the crystals. So to, put them over selenite. So I will get up in the morning, I will remove the crystal from, my body. I will go on to my day. And then I will come back, the crystal, I will leave it in bed, right? And the crystal was cut right in half, like it just broke. And at first I didn't understand, because it's not like it fell to the ground, I misplaced it, I mishandled, I didn't take good care of it. It's like the crystal was perfectly one piece, lying on bed, and when you come back, the crystal is cut right in half. This is the first time happened with this crystal. The second time it happened the same thing with this crystal. Then I started to talking to my godmother of crystals. It's an elderly woman that I know from Colorado. She's been in the crystal healing industry for forever, all her life. And she's my godmother. I love her to death. And I remember that I contacted her and I told her what happened. And she told me, are you cleaning the crystals? And I say, no, I'm not. And I say, well, and especially, being sick as you are, if you're not cleaning the crystals and you have them like the entire night with you absorbing, from your body, and you don't clean them, yeah, it breaks. So I started to, as soon as I get up in the morning, put them on selenite. I never broke another. No, another crystal never broke. Never. So I was like, wow. Now you might be asking, like, so why do you have them here if they broke? I never throw crystals to the garbage. Never I will do that. They might break, they might crack, they might not be perfect. I never put them away or throw them away. I use them for my plants. I put them back into the soil. They come from the earth. I put them back into the earth in my garden. A lot of my plants, they have a lot of pieces of crystals, whether it be a whole crystal or pieces of broken crystals, but I don't throw them away. And these crystals in particular, they helped me a lot, personally, myself. So I have a special, not attachment, but it's emotional gratitude towards them. So I never throw them away, but I have them in some of my most beloved plants, so they're there. This is another crystal that I have, and I absolutely love this crystal. It's a very rare crystal with lemonite, and as you can see, I mean, it's like it broke, I mean, it is perfect. There is not even one tiny piece of the quartz that kind of fell over or something, and then the crystal doesn't, fall perfectly. Look at that. It's like a brand new crystal, but it just broke right in half, totally broke in half, without dropping it in the floor, without doing absolutely anything. And this is another of my favorite crystals, and it broke. I have a customer once. I made a special crystal healing bag for her. She was dealing with some, very serious disease as well. So she contacted me to make a special crystal healing bag for her, which I did. And I remember, I don't know, maybe weeks later, she contacted me because she said that the fluoride, among all of the crystals that she had, the fluoride, she said explode. And I was like, explode? What do you mean the crystal exploded? It's like, yeah, it's kind of like, I was, and all of a sudden it cracked. I hear the noise, and it just kind of cracked in half and opened in half. And I was like, I cannot believe this, because the same thing, I didn't throw it away, I didn't handle carelessly or something like that. And I remember that I asked her, I say, are you cleaning the crystals like I told you? I gave you selenite for you to put them on selenite. Are you cleaning the crystals? And she said, oh my God, no, because I forgot. I have so much going on. And I said, no, I totally understand. You do. Believe me, I was there too. I understand. I said, but it's very important that you clean them, because if not, all that, and she was sleeping with them every single night as well. So I met her, she was here from Miami. So I met her, and I bring her new fluoride, and I told her, make sure, that you clean it every single morning, put it on selenite. And then it never broke again. So I have had some experiences like that, myself and with other people. The crystals, have broke. And one reason could be, and it is because of that. Because if you don't clean some crystals, they absorb a lot of negative energy, a lot of energy, stagnant energy, negative energy that we carry within ourselves. And if we don't clean them, put on selenite, put them on the earth, to release of that negative energy, they can break. They can really break. And it's not like any weird thing. It makes a lot of sense. When you understand about crystals, energy vibration, how they work, and how a concentration, the same way that positive energy, it makes you feel uplifting, make you feel like you can conquer the world, make you feel fantastic in so many different ways. A lot of concentration on negative energy, for example, on a person, can make you feel depressed, can make you have crazy thoughts, can make you do crazy things. Look at the shootings, all the stuff is going on. So a lot of that negativity that one is holding, it influences us as well to do not good things, right? So, or affect us negatively in a very negative way. So all that energy also, if it's contained within a crystal, of course it can break the crystal, and that's the reason why. Now, the other reason too, and this happened, for example, with my favorite necklace, and I'm gonna tell you the story. When I went to Hawaii, a few years back, I went to Hawaii to do a spiritual retreat with some female friends. We went there to do a spiritual retreat, to study with the elders, the native from the land, from Hawaii. We also did ayahuasca. We learned about Hawaiian traditional, ancient healing and a lot of things. And we were staying at the Blue Whale Sanctuary in Kona, Hawaii. And in this sanctuary, there was this like a stone goddess, like a real life stone goddess, absolutely amazing and beautiful. And she had this like a absolutely gorgeous necklace made of gemstones. And I remember when we were going to leave, the caregiver of the center, she came to me and she said, the goddess want you to have this necklace, take it with you, and for you to become the new keeper. And I was mind blown. I mean, to me that was like, what? Because not only there was a lot of other women there, like, why me? But this necklace has been in this goddess for like forever, for years and years. So why all of a sudden, like, why does he choose me? Why? I mean, that was immediately, of course, your logic mind, like, why me? But that was the wish of the goddess. That's what she said. And the necklace came with me. I came back to Miami Beach. I felt it was a blessing, an absolute honor, and I was so humble, to have been chosen to carry this unbelievable necklace from this magical and sacred place, and for the goddess itself. And I remember that I will have it with me, right, very often. And one day, all of a sudden, I swear on my son, guys, I was standing there like this, and all of a sudden, the necklace, and it was a heavy necklace, the necklace just fell, okay? Here is, I have it here. Here is a piece. Imagine this is part of the necklace. But imagine the necklace, right, like this. It has the cord, so the cord broke. It totally fell on the ground, but not even one a stone or nothing on the crystal like came out of the necklace itself. I mean, it's like if it broke, it fell, and it was in perfect condition in the floor, but just with the cord broke. And I was amazed, like I was unbelievable. Before telling you, I want to show you a picture of the crystal, of the necklace on me, so you can see how they look. Okay, so that necklace is this one that now is broken, of course, and I have it in this lava stone that came from Hawaii as well. When this necklace fell and it broke, I was devastated. I was devastated because imagine, the way that this necklace ended with me, the way that, it came for me to become its keeper, it was such a honor and a blessing to me, and all of a sudden it fell and it broke. I felt horrible, and I remember starting to cry, and oh my God, I was emotional. And I remember I called them and I say the necklace broke, it fell and it broke. I don't know what happened, I don't know, somehow, and I was so emotional. And I remember they told me, and I was like, look, don't feel sad, don't cry, don't feel bad, actually feel grateful, because there is a reason why that happens. And in this case, the necklace needed to go with you to do some work on you. If that work has been done and you have released when you needed to release, that was the way for the necklace to say the job is being complete. So instead of feeling bad or sad, feel grateful. Feel absolutely grateful because the crystal came to your life to do the work that needed to do, and now when it's done, then that's what happened. So I'm telling you this because if this happens to you, and sometimes you might have a crystal and it breaks, and it's not because you have, once again, handled it carelessly or something like that, and you don't know why. These are the reasons why that can happen. One, because you're not cleaning the crystal, especially the crystals that need to be cleaned very often because they attract or absorb or retain a lot of negative energy, like fluoride, and that's a crystal that it needs to be cleaned very often. So that could be one reason. The number two is because the crystal might have done the job that it needed to be done, and that's a way to break that link, that it breaks that link in between. That's the job that the crystal needed to do. Now, why crystals disappear? And do they disappear? Oh, yes, they do. I don't know if that has happened to you, and if it has, please put in your comments because I'm very interested to know your story. But crystals sometimes disappear. Hence, this morning that I was trying to find one of my favorite crystals, a big amethyst crystal that I have with me in bed, and it just like disappeared. And it's not, once again, like I haven't misplaced it. I don't know what it is. Trust me, I know what is every single of my crystals. I treat them like my children. They are my children. So I am extremely careful and conscious on how to take care of my crystals. It just disappeared. Now, some people will think that a crystal is just an object. It's a material, physical object, and that's what it is. I don't believe so. And a lot of other people don't believe so either. And when I say a lot of other people, I mean people that, Edgar Cayce, people that I admire, people that, Tesla, people that they have a higher awareness or consciousness to understanding, to see things that maybe most people cannot see or know, right? And crystals are life beings. They have consciousness, they have life force. Just because if you understand, like Tesla say, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy and vibration. Everything, us, crystals, animals, plants, everything is energy and vibration. We might vibrate at the different rates, at the different levels, so to speak, right? There are different dimensions as well. We are living on the third dimension, but with the crystals, I believe they have life energy. I believe that they vibrate at a higher rate than we do. So if you have some crystals and they have broke, or they have disappeared, or you have experienced some kind of weird behavior, we can call it like that, that is the reason why. So don't feel bad, just feel grateful that the crystal came into your life, did the job that needed to do, and now it's time to move on. So the law of detachment, right? Too, they teach us to don't get so attached, to detach, right? So just feel grateful for the time that they came to help you, but don't get so attached, because attachments brings a lot of pain and brings a lot of suffering. And I think we already know that already. So just be grateful, but that's the reason why crystals can break or disappear. So you have any experience of your own, put it in the comments. I would love to hear from you and see what was your experience. I hope that this video clarified a little bit or be helpful in some way. And thank you so much, guys, again for watching the videos, for your comments, for subscribing. And I see you on the next video. Namaste, guys.